It's the bald and the beautiful. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood on My Country 96.1.
All right, here we go. No Cande today. Let's get started. She is not feeling well. I know. Listen, maybe she'll be back tomorrow. We start with the 14th ACM Honors, which will go down August 25th in Nashville. Going to honor some folks from 2020 and 2021. Toby Keith, part of it, Loretta Lynn, Luke Combs, Dan and Shay, Lady A, and Rascal Flatts. No word on when it's going to air, but August 25th happens in Nashville, 14th ACM Honors. Nick Cannon is a daddy of another set of twins. You know, he's got twins with Mariah Carey. Yes. Now he has a set of twins, two boys, with Abby De La Rosa. Here's the kicker. He's expecting another baby this year with model Alyssa Scott. That'll make 3 babies this year. 2 different women. That is why Nick Cannon works so much. Can we please get him another job hosting another television show? The man needs money. Seth Rogan, the actor, has a new hobby. He makes ceramic vases, and I'm going to say vase because it sounds more fancy. It could be vase, but that sounds so unrefined. He makes these vases at home. He's got the whole setup, the wheels and the clay and the whatever it takes to make a vase. He's got it. He's not making money off of it. He is donating them to these museums and places that need money because of the pandemic. And his latest one was at a Vancouver auction at a museum, went for $10,000. Very nice. Seth Rogan is posting pictures of them on his social media as well. They look pretty cool. They're like bumpy on the outside. They're interesting looking, I will say that. Chris Rock, during an interview, said he was offered a part on The Sopranos, but turned it down because he loved The Sopranos so much that he didn't want to ruin the show or, ruin himself. So he said, no, I'll just watch the show. Thank you very much. Appreciate the offer. But I'm good. So this is interesting. People magazine named The Rock the #1 reason to love America. Now, I don't have the whole list. The only thing they released was that Rock was #1. The article or the magazine comes out, I think, tomorrow. I want to say tomorrow. We love The Rock. Everyone loves The Rock. Who doesn't love The Rock? He seems like the nicest guy, one of the most charitable guys, always doing stuff for kids. Nobody seems to find anything wrong with The Rock. If you do, you can let me know. But I find it hard to believe he is the #1 reason to love America. We got some major problems if that's the case. How about, can we rename the magazine the #1 friendliest, best, we want to be buddies with actors and actresses? How about that? #1 reason to love America? We got issues. Ronaldo, the soccer star, very famous, right? One of the top 2 or 3 soccer stars in the world. He was at a press conference. There's a big tournament in Europe going on. He was at a press conference. One of the sponsors is Coke. And he sits down at the press conference, and there's 2 bottles of Coke in front of him. He moves them out of the way, holds up his water, and says, agua. Well, Coke lost $4 billion in value, 1.6% of its market value, immediately after he did that, and then lost another $4 billion overnight while we were sleeping as he moved the Coke out of the way. That is how influential these stars, particularly soccer stars, can be worldwide. I don't know what the other soccer star's name was, but I saw a press conference. I was watching a sports station, and they were showing it, and this other soccer star moved a bottle of Heineken that was sitting in front of him. And I have to say, it did look ridiculous. The whole thing looked ridiculous because these sponsors' names and pictures should be on the curtain behind them. The bottles in front of them look just silly. They're sitting there at a press conference, and these bottles of soda and alcohol are sitting in front of them. I don't blame them for moving it. But anyway, Ronaldo, big influence on the downward spiral, if you will, of Coke overnight. And finally, an article from the Wall Street Journal talking about how streaming services make movies worse because there are so many movies that are being made right now. you don't have to lure people out of their house. You used to have to make such a good movie with such a good trailer that you got to leave your house, go buy tickets, get popcorn, sit down, the whole thing, make a night out of it. Now, you just got to sit on your couch and turn on the TV. So they're churning out movies, and they're not as good in certain cases as they should be. They just want to get them out there. And I don't disagree. There are some good ones that have been made. But I don't disagree that some of these new movies that I keep watching on Netflix are not as good. Like, if they were in the theater, I would be highly disappointed. So maybe they have something there. The Wall Street Journal basically just talking about how streaming services just have to get a family to pay one subscription fee, and it keeps them going. And that's why they're just churning and churning and churning and aren't caring about the quality of the film. Tonight on TV, iCarly, Paramount Plus, the new iCarly picks it up about 10, 15 years in the future. It's a little more adult. It's not an adult show. It's a little more adult. May not be the kids' iCarly show that you remember. More adult topics. Holy Moly on ABC, the mini golf show. And I have to text Cande. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, part 1 of The Final Curtain, the reunion show. Yes, I will not be watching. I know Cande will. There you have it. Your Bald and the Beautiful, everything from Nashville to Hollywood, my country, 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.